Hello everyone. For this, follow-up reflection, I think my perspective changed a bit after going through the two studies. Like before reading them, I feel like I had a more basic understanding of FMS. Like I saw it mostly as just another assessment tool only, but after reading, I think it made me think more about what is actually trying to do and what it can really like telling us what FMS is. So one thing that stood out to me is why these two studies were even chosen in first place. Like they both seem to focus on similar ideas, especially around the movements, patterns, and FMS, and they are kind of led to similar over the conclusions. But instead of just focusing on the results, I started thinking more about what they suggest about how we evaluate movements in general. Like, I think the biggest, shift for me is that I don't see FMS as something that gives clear answers anymore. Like before, I probably would have thought, like, okay, you do the test, you get a score, and that tells you what's wrong. But now I feel like more like a starting point only. It gives you it basically gives you a general idea, but it doesn't explain everything what you need to know. Like for example, if someone shows something during a squat or another movement pattern, it is not enough to just say something is wrong. Like the most important part is asking why that pattern exists, and that why it is not obvious. It could be coming from somewhere completely different in the body, right? Another thing I want to say that stood out to me was how common postural issues are, like feet turning out, or you say rounded shoulders. We see those a lot, but I never really thought about how complicated it can when get someone has multiple issues at the same time. Like where do you even begin? It is hard to you know just study where we can start from. So before, I think we would have just pick one thing and try to fix it. But now I feel like it more makes sense to me to step back and look at the whole system first. Like that's where FMS actually becomes useful, not because it just gives you the answers, but also it helps you notice the patterns. Like I also like the idea of thinking about where we are in the process. Like are we catching someone early before anything major happens, or are we seeing them after problem already developed? So that changes how we interpret everything. It made me realize that timing matters a lot in the assessment. Like another thing that changed for me is how I think about evaluation. Like the evaluation tools, particularly in general. Like I used to expect them to be very precise, like they should clearly measure quality. But now I see that not all tools are designed that way. Like some are more like filters. The other thing that I noticed is was that the green light and the yellow and the red light thing. That idea really helped me understand that it is not about getting a perfect answer. Like it is more about identifying the possible red flags. And once you see those, then you go deeper and with more specific assessments. So yeah, that was one thing, and that idea also connects outside of just movements. Like if someone has high blood pressure and we don't just react to that number, we try to understand what really causing it at the moment. So it is the kind of same thinking. Like don't just observe, just try to understand what is the reason why it is just happening. And I think overall this whole process made me more aware of how important it is to not to jump out to the conclusions directly. Instead of looking for quick answers, it is more about going step by step and observing, questioning, and then deciding what to really do next. So also comparing something like FMS to general fitness testing helped me see the difference, like more clearly, particularly. So yeah, and overall I feel my understanding shifted from seeing FMS as a solution to seeing it more as a tool for awareness, right? It doesn't solve the problem, but it helps guide you in the right direction. So yeah, that was my take for that. Thank you.